Welcome to One on One. I'm Phil Tillman, your host, and today we are delighted to have as our guest Susan Rae Baker, author and life coach. Welcome, Susan.
Thank you.
What in the world is it? What is a life coach? Is it a minister?
No, I unfortunately no. Although some people, I do preach to a lot of people, but unlike a minister, I don't have the background they have. However, what I do offer people is a way to get stuck out of a rut of indecision, whether it is regarding their career, or perhaps they own a business and they're going in too many different directions. They have not focused in on what they really should be working on or focusing in, or what is their target market. I've had a number of clients like that, and found a way to kind of bring them in, figure out what is their niche, okay? What should they be focused on?
Your book, The Last Box, and it shows a box with stuff like you're moving from one place. Does this mean the last move? You're hoping that the last move is the right move, or?
That box actually depicts the box that you carry out from your last job. It's filled with all of your personal belongings from your desk, from your workplace. So it can either be the box of humiliation. I don't know if you've ever done it, Phil, but I've done the march, where someone has to help you unload your desk. That there's no privacy in that moment, and fill this box and then walk out in front of all of your colleagues.
No, I
as you exit a workplace, and so you've been blessed. But a lot of people have experienced that a number of times, and the last time it happened to me, I just came home and I put the box on the floor of the garage. I wouldn't look at it. I was hurt, I was angry, and I was frustrated, and I just walked away from it. The next day I came out and I looked at the box, and I pointed my finger at it, and I said, that's the last box. Going through a book like this and finding out about the different personality types that you're working with, and realize that most of the time it's not you, it's them. Now, you could be one of them that's causing the problem. So, my hope was to either, help women, and there are men reading this book, realize who they're faced with, okay? Or if it's them, that they need to change for the betterment of everybody else that they're working with.
Well, let's identify some of these people that, from the chapters you have here. This is very interesting. The Hidden Agenda Queen.
Oh, the favorite. That is the favorite chapter of all. The Hidden Agenda Queen, well, she's the one that just spends all of her time figuring out how to help you fail. She may be jealous of you. She may be jealous of the way you look. She may be jealous of your abilities. You're actually a threat to her. Okay, she's probably fearing, wow, this gal or this guy's got a lot going on for them. They might do better than me. My job is at risk here. So I'm going to do everything in my power to help that person look bad. I'm just going to help them leave. And they will make every day of your working life miserable. And that's when, the wake-up call comes when Monday morning arrives and you wake up and you dread going to work. Because you have to face that hidden agenda queen again. And on the flip side, your alpha dog, okay, that would be your male version of the alpha mare, the alpha dog,
well, somebody,
the in-charge person.
In a business, somebody has to be in charge, don't they?
They have to be in charge, but they should never have an autocratic leadership style, because that's really what they're doing, and they're just making
leading
people...
Leading by intimidation, you mean?
Thank you. Leading by intimidation is perfect. You should lead by example. Okay, and you want to make life and you want to make someone's job pleasant so that they can be more productive. And the problem is the alpha mares and alpha dogs create less productivity in the workplace because people don't want to listen to them, they don't want to be around them, and they don't take them seriously.
If you have 20 people working for you and one person is not pulling his or her load, how do you motivate that person? Do you call them down about it, or do you do it privately? I mean, what's the magic way of trying to motivate a employee?
Well, the first thing to do is the right thing, and that is to call them in privately and sit down and just say, you know, what's going on? You know, is it something here that we can help you with, so you can enjoy your job better and be more productive? Is there something going on at home? We all have a life at home, and we all have problems. I don't think there's anyone out there who has no problems, especially right now, you know, with the way the economy is going. So are you troubled? Is there something going on in your life, okay, that's keeping you from doing your job?
Have we gone past the time in corporate America where there's a glass ceiling?
I've always seen the ceilings as being cement. I mean, they're more cement than glass. Yes, I would love in my heart to work above that ceiling, because truly that's where your key issues are. Mm-hmm. You know, it's what's the old saying? The fish stinks from the head down. So things are good at the executive level. Okay, the rest of the company is not looking good either. Their employees are unhappy. I have dealt with a number of large corporations in my lifetime, and knowing that once you get in the door, there's just no way of moving up. There's no way of...
Conversely, I guess there's some where women are encouraged to move up.
They are encouraged to move up. Now, there can be stumbling blocks in place before you ever walk through the door. You have to take a look at who's been there and how long. I have found that to be the #1 problem. If they have had the same people at the executive level and the level just below the executive level in place for a long time, cliques are formed. Mm-hmm. Silos are formed. Okay? They don't want anybody else coming in, so you're not going to be able to elevate yourself. You're going to be pushed down. You're going to be kept at a certain level always. Mm. Okay?
Right at the back of your book, the 10 signs that you're in the wrong job.
Ah, yes.
So you might want to put your glasses on.
I'm going to put the glasses on.
Need it,
when you get past 50.
It seems to me that's a good way to end up this,
okay.
Because we're just about finished.
Great. Well, I'm going to give you the 10 signs. #1, and by the way, if you recognize 3 or 4 in here, it's time to start getting help to look for something else.
Okay.
Okay? So #1, you wake up every morning with a knot in the pit of your stomach, just thinking about going to work. You are so stressed out over your job that you can't sleep at night. Okay, #3, you do not look forward to Mondays. Your dream job or career is still just a dream and not yet a reality. How many people have that? You find yourself staring out the window, emailing and texting friends and surfing the net at work because you don't want to address the work in front of you. You know how many emails I get a day from people, forwards and forwards of silly things, and they're like, aren't you working? Aren't you working? No, because they're bored. Mm-hmm. They don't want to do their work, so they're going to have some fun on the expense of the employer. Time. Absolutely. You feel unappreciated by your employer. You feel like you are just one fish in a sea of many. You don't feel valued. You feel abused and overworked. Some people do feel abused. I have heard that word over and over again. Mm-hmm. You have to take medication for stress and anxiety since you started this job. What? You know, if you can see or self-identify with any of these, you know, say 3 or 4 of them, you really need to be taking a look elsewhere. And before you start looking around and maybe going and doing the same thing again that didn't work the first time, seek some guidance, seek some help from someone who can help you look back into your life and saying what it was that I was always passionate about. Okay, what do I really want to spend the rest of my life doing? Yeah.
Susan, this has been very interesting. Okay. And I want to thank you for taking the time to come in. I also want to thank you for bringing a copy of your book, which is called The Last Box. It's available at local bookstores. But Susan's got some very interesting insights on how to be happy with the job and career that you've chosen. Yep. So thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Phil, for having me.
And thank you for being with us here on One on One on Pack 14.